Hi, I'm Michael Sills, Athletic Director for Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation. Thank you for registering your child in our youth sports program. We want every child to have a safe and enjoyable experience, so we have prepared some basic information about Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation programs, policies, and procedures, as well as frequently asked questions to give you a better understanding of what to expect and what you can do to help your child have a safe and successful season. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Jessica.
And I'm Walker.
And we're here today from Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation to answer your frequently asked questions. Walker, tell me, how do I find out what team my child's on?
After drafts are conducted, your coach will give you a call. If you have not heard from your coach after a couple of days, give the Recreation Center a call and we can help you out with that answer.
But what if I don't like the team that my child is drafted onto? Can you switch it?
In the interest of fair play, no. Once drafts are conducted and rosters are set, players will not be traded to other teams. The coaches, however, have an hour after the drafts are done to trade players.
Walker, my child's very talented. Can he play up an age group?
Yes, with the exception of football. You can play up 1 year in age. You would fill out a play at request form and a skills assessment may be deemed necessary.
That's perfect. Now where will our games and practices be held?
Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation tries to get most of your practices as close to your home recreation center as possible by using local schools, parks, and other facilities in the area.
Now do I actually have to stay at the games and practices?
It is strongly suggested that you do stay at the games and practices. If problems were to occur, it would be great if you were around.
That sounds like a perfect idea. Now when will the games begin?
Please see your Recreation Center for exact dates on when games will start. However, usually it's 4 to 6 weeks after your drafts are conducted.
Now can I request a refund if I'm unhappy with the program?
You can. Prior to your first game, you can receive a full refund for your participation.
Are games and practices canceled for school functions or other individual activities?
With the exception of end-of-grade testing, it is impossible to cater to everybody's individual needs.
Who do I contact if I need to file a complaint about my coach?
Please contact your Recreation Center staff immediately when you have a problem with a coach or anything associated with sports. The more we know, the sooner we know, the better.
That sounds great. Now are tournaments played in all age groups?
They are not. 5- and 6-year-olds, 7- and 8-year-olds do not participate in end-of-season tournaments, but everybody else does.
Thanks for all of your answers, Walker. Folks, these are just a short grouping of questions that we receive frequently with Parks and Recreation. In the event you have additional questions not answered here, please contact your local recreation center and they'd be happy to help you out.
And have an awesome season.
This just in, parents gone bad. Parents are taken away in handcuffs after a brawl has broken out at a local game. Stay tuned for more details. Back to you.
Well, we certainly don't want any of our parents to end up in the breaking news scenario. Parents should be encouraging, positive, and in control, whether your child is doing well or not. Here are some signs that will help identify characteristics of an ideal sports parent or a nightmare sports parent. Overemphasizing sports at the expense of sportsmanship. Encouragement is crucial, especially when things aren't going well on the field. Having different goals than your child. Jot down a list of what you want for your child during their sports season and have your child do the same. Vastly different lists are a red flag. Treating your child differently after a loss than a win. Undermining the coach. Young athletes need a single instructional voice during the games. That voice has to be the coach. Do not second guess the coach on the ride home. Living your own athletic dream through your child. A sure sign is the parent taking credit when the child has done well. Another symptom is when the outcome of a game means more to a parent than to the child. Now the following are things that every parent can do to be an ideal sports parent. Cheer everybody on the team, not just your child. Parents should attend as many games as possible and be supportive. Continue to make positive comments even when the team is struggling. Model appropriate behavior. When a parent projects poise, control, and confidence, the young athlete is likely to do the same. And when a parent doesn't dwell on a tough loss, the young athlete will be enormously appreciative. Know what is suitable to discuss with the coach. The mental and physical treatment of your child and advice on how to help them improve is absolutely appropriate. Know your role. Everyone at a game is either a player, a coach, an official, or a spectator. Choose one. Be a good listener and a great encourager. When your child is ready to talk about a game or has a question about the sport, be all ears. Above all, be positive. Be your child's biggest fan.
Hello, my name is James McMillan and I'm the Recreation Division Manager for Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation. Over the years, I've had various roles from spectator, scorekeeper, counselor, official, coach, and manager, but none more important than the role I share with you as parent. Parental guidance is vital in the development of our children, and with positive parental involvement, youth athletics can foster necessary qualities and traits that will help your child be successful in life. Distinguishing attributes such as character, ethics, teamwork, accountability, sportsmanship, and confidence all are part of a desirable skill set that can be acquired through youth sports. As parents, we have the responsibility to lead our children by example. And believe me, our children emulate what they see. Children are very creative, but they seldom do anything that they haven't seen an adult do first. That's why it's so important that we, as parents, adhere to the expectations listed in the Parks and Recreation's Code of Conduct. Treat everyone with dignity and respect. Use appropriate language, volumes, and tones. Become knowledgeable and supportive of all guidelines and rules. Cheer in a positive manner, and when in doubt, you guessed it, remain silent. As a parent, I know you, just like me, are very proud of your children. Now it's our turn to make our children proud of us.
What does Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation do to keep their children safe?
That's a great question, Brittany. In light of all of the events in the national media recently, Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation has recognized the need to educate not only our coaches, but our players, parents, and spectators about the importance of detecting child abuse. Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation also offers a program to all of our after-school children that educates them about different types of behavior and teaches them the importance of speaking out about inappropriate behavior and actions and who they can contact in times of need.
Now tell me, Jessica, what can parents do to keep their children safe?
Brittany, there's a number of things that parents can do to try to keep their children safe. First and foremost, parents, become knowledgeable of signs of child abuse, perpetrators, prevention methods, and warning signs. Educate your child on what's appropriate and inappropriate behavior and also what they can do in questionable situations. Make sure that you talk to your child and also provide enough time and attention for them when they are trying to tell you something. They need to know that they can come to you with information or questions about anything. Make sure that you know the adults and children with whom your child is spending time. Be careful about allowing your child to spend time alone or in out-of-the-way places with other adults or children. Immediately contact the Recreation Center if you suspect that your child or someone else's child is being abused.
Hello everyone, my name is Ernie Fisher. I'm the officials assigner for the Fayetteville-Cumberland County Parks and Rec Sports. Thank you for the opportunity to talk today. I wanted to talk to you briefly about our officiating program. We have many opportunities from kids beginning at age 14 all the way through to the adults that allow them to officiate, sometimes for the very first time. For the junior officials, ages 14 to 17, we have a great developmental and educational program where they go through life skills, training for rules, and then scrimmages just before they get onto the field or onto the court to officiate. These are 14 to 16-year-olds quite nervous when they get out there, but they get out there and it takes a lot of courage to do that. Oftentimes, as spectator fans, when we come out to watch our family members and our friends to play their sports on weeknights and weekends, we get quite excited and sometimes we can be very loud. And it's great when you're loud and get excited. We just hope that we can ask you to be very encouraging to the players and shout out positive comments. As players, coaches, and officials, it's a very nerve-wracking opportunity to come out and get on the floor and get out on the field and have you come out there and watch us. But we look forward to it and it's so exciting. So we'd like to leave you with a simple thought. Let the players play. Let the coaches coach, and let the officials officiate. We encourage you always to shout out positive comments and let them all know that you're enjoying the game. Officials are going to be nervous out there just like the players. We're not going to get everything right, but we will be impartial and we'll do our very best to make the game enjoyable and fair.
The Junior Official and Junior Scorekeeping Program here with Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation is a collaboration between Youth Development and the Athletic Department. This gives teens the opportunity to learn how to keep score as well as officiate sports. This opportunity is available for teens 14 to 18 years old. It's a 6-week program that teaches life skills, conflict resolution, as well as decision making. You can register for this program at any of your local recreation centers.
Welcome to Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation. We are here today to introduce you to some of our spring sports, to include softball, baseball, and indoor soccer. Let me introduce you to some of our softball rule comparisons. For all of our age groups, we play 1 hour and 30 minutes. For the 7 through 8, we have 4 coaches. For the 9 and older, they have 3 coaches on the teams. We do not have on-deck batting for our 12 and under program. We do, however, have on-deck batting for our 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18-year-olds. Also, we do enforce the infield fly rule for all of our age groups. For our 7 and 8-year-olds, the coach pitches anywhere from 15 to 35 feet. In our 9 and 10-year-old program, the player pitches at 35 feet. For our 11 and 12-year-old program, they pitch at 40 feet. Moving right on up to the 13 and older, they pitch at 43 feet. On our drop third strike, it is not permitted in the 10 and under program. It is, however, permitted in the 11 and older program. Sliding head first in our program. We do not permit sliding head first in the 12 and under program. We do, however, permit it in the 13 and older program.
Points of emphasis for baseball. Our age groups include 6U to 18U in 2-year age increments. The equipment required for our baseball program, rubber molded cleats or tennis shoes are allowed in the 6U to 12U age group. The 14U to 18U, we allow steel cleats. Shirts with numbers are provided by Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation. Coaches can choose to get personalized uniforms at their discretion. Each team will be given equipment which will include 4 batters' helmets, catcher's gear, 2 bats, and 6 balls. If players want to use their own equipment, they are welcome to do so as long as it's legal equipment. Baseball rules comparison. The game times for our baseball program: in 6U, they are an hour long. 8U to 12U, they are an hour and 30 minutes. 14U to 18U, it's an hour and 45 minutes. The number of coaches allowed on each team. The 6U and 8U leagues, we're allowed 4 coaches. The 10U to 18U leagues, we allow 3 coaches. On-deck batting positions. The 6U to 12U, it is not permitted, while in the 14 to 18U, it is permitted. We do have a maximum pitch count for our pitchers. In the 10U age group, it's 75 pitches. In the 12U age group, it's 85 pitches. In 14U, it's 95 pitches. And for the 18U, it's 105 pitches. Running on the drop third strike. 8U to 10U, it is not allowed. 12U to 18U, it is allowed. Head first sliding, advancing to a base. The 8U to 12U, it is not permitted. The 14U to 18U, it is permitted. Six-U T-ball recommended rules. There are no scores kept. Games are 2 innings unless shortened by time or weather. Any inning is concluded when all players on both teams have batted. All players present for the game will be placed in the field. All players present for the game will bat in both innings. Batters do not make outs. Each player will be allowed to hit the ball off the tee. The batter will be allowed to swing until the ball is hit. No strikeouts or walks. Coaches will be allowed to pitch to each batter a maximum of 3 pitches. If the batter does not hit any of the 3 pitches, the ball will be placed on the batting tee. Batters, runners do not make outs. Runners are allowed to advance to each base. A runner may only advance when the batter hits the ball. There is no base stealing. The last batter will be allowed to run the bases, including home plate. Minimum play rule. Offensive playing time. The 8U and 12U leagues is continuous batting order. The 14 to 18U leagues, it's a one-time at-bat. Defensive playing time. The 8U to 12U leagues, substitutes rotate each inning. The 14 to 18U, it's 6 consecutive defensive outs. Coaches are not obligated to play the individual the minimum time under the following conditions. A player is late for the game. The player had an unexcused absence from practice the week prior to the game. A player has been a disciplinary problem. A player has an injury that prevents him from playing.
The Cal Ripken Senior Foundation Badges for Baseball grant is a program in which local, state, and federal law enforcement officers mentor and coach kids in areas that are underserved using baseball as the hook. If you are in law enforcement and are interested in coaching and mentoring kids, contact any Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation Center for more information.
Hello, I'm here to talk with you today about indoor soccer. First, I would like to run over the age groups. Our age groups are 6U, 8U, 10U, and 12U. The parents will need to provide their child a pair of tennis shoes, basketball shoes and/or indoor soccer shoes, a mouth guard, and shin guards. Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation will provide the t-shirt for the teams. In the event that the coach would like to get sponsors to get uniforms and things for the teams, that is welcomed as well. For the rules of indoor soccer, we try to keep the rules basic. Our timing rules will be, we will have 4 8-minute quarters, and with those 8-minute quarters at the 4-minute mark, we will stop and rotate kids in and out. That way every child will have equal playing time. There will be 1 minute between quarters. We will have a 5-minute halftime, and overtime will not be played. There will be no out of bound areas on the sidelines and gyms. The ball may be played off the wall, and that's the fun part about indoor soccer. You can play the ball off the wall, you can play it off the bleachers, so that makes it fun for the kids. If a ball should enter into the bleachers or get stuck, we'll have a dead ball play, and then we'll just do a drop ball indirect kick. On our player participation requirements, each player must play at least 4 minutes each quarter. There is an official timeout at the 4-minute mark, as we spoke of earlier. There are no substitutions. In the event that a player gets hurt or there's an official timeout, we can do subs at that point, but again, it will be at every 4-minute mark. Indoor soccer has a total of 12 players per team. We'll have 6 on the court at a time. In the event that one team is down one player, that one team will get to play a little extra time. An example would be if I have a team of 11 and you have a team of 12, the team with 11 will be able to play that 11th player the whole game, based on the fact that they are less as far as their numbers. If you would like further information in regards to baseball, softball, or indoor soccer, please visit us at www.fcpr.us or visit your local recreation center anywhere throughout the city and county.
Hello, I'm Michael Gibson, Fayetteville-Cumberland Parks and Recreation Director. On behalf of the city and the county, thank you for participating in our parents' meeting. As you can see, one of the efforts that we're trying to do is inform to make sure that you understand what's going on in our department as well as our sports programs. So if there's anything that we've missed, if there's any information that we haven't given you, please let us know. Again, thank you for the trust that you've instilled in us with your children or your loved ones. Take care.